This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. A signed agreement has let the Confederated Tribes of Umatilla Indian Reservation launch its first Veterans Service Office. As KLCC's Brian Bull reports, it extends an initiative between the state and tribal governments.
The aim is to eventually have a vet center for all 9 of the state's tribes. Governor Kate Brown says much is owed to Native American veterans who enlisted a higher per capita rate than any other demographic.
So it's absolutely critical that tribal members across the state get the services and the benefits to which they are entitled.
Sam Spino, Veteran Services Representative for the Umatilla, says the agreement not only allows his tribe to set up digital records for the first time, it'll also enable better support for many Native vets.
With having an office like this and speaking to somebody who is of the same race of you and who may have gone through the same trials and tribulations that you have gone through, it helps ease that anxiety that you're going to be judged.
The first Tribal Vet Center was established last summer when the governor's office and the Confederated Tribes of Warm Springs signed an agreement. For National Native News, I'm Brian Bull.
Tribal lands on the northern plains are going through some of the coldest temperatures in decades this week. In many cases, those temperatures are made worse by winds that create life-threatening conditions. South Dakota Public Broadcasting's Gary Ellenbolt reports.
Sisseton, South Dakota is home to the Sisseton Wahpeton Oyate. The community in northeast South Dakota had a reported wind chill reading of 71 degrees below zero Tuesday evening. Sisseton Wahpeton tribal lands are in the forecast area of the National Weather Service in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Aberdeen meteorologist Travis Tarver says the dangerous conditions aren't over just yet.
Then again tonight, this dome of cold air just kind of stays over us. We'll probably have low temperatures this evening, right around 30 below zero over northeast South Dakota, and those wind chills will probably stay in that, 35 to 45 below zero range this evening.
Tarver says temperatures will begin to moderate Thursday with high temperatures around 40 for the weekend. For National Native News, I'm Gary Ellenbolt.
A judge ruled Tuesday that San Juan County Commissioner Willie Grayeyes does indeed live in Utah, the Salt Lake Tribune reports. The Navajo Democrat won the seat in the November election. Republican challenger Kelly Laws sued, alleging Grayeyes did not live in Utah. This was the second time attorneys defended Grayeyes in court. He was removed from the ballot by the county over questions of his residency, but was reinstated after a court found improper procedures by the county. Grayeyes and another Navajo man are now a majority on the 3-member commission, which has long been dominated by non-Native people in an area where Native Americans represent a majority of the population. In Minnesota, state lawmakers are considering legislation to create a task force on missing and murdered Indigenous women. Supporters of the bill hope the task force will get state, federal, and tribal agencies to work together to remove barriers and create a database to track missing and murdered Indigenous women. Native women spoke in support of the bill Tuesday before the House Public Safety and Criminal Justice Reform Finance and Policy Division. The bill was approved and sent to the House Ways and Means Committee. New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham signed an order Tuesday for the state to join the U.S. Climate Alliance and embrace goals set by the Paris Agreement. The order creates a state climate change task force for agencies to contribute to a climate strategy. The order seeks for New Mexico to build clean energy, limit waste, and prevent climate change impacts on nature and people. I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced at the Annenberg National Native Voice Studios by Quantic Broadcast Corporation. Funding is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, with support from the Public Radio Satellite Service.
Support by Travoy, seeking Indigenous artwork to show in Kansas City, Missouri. Up to 6 artists will be chosen. Application deadline is January 31st at travavois.com/first-Fridays. Support by prairieedge.com. Our special selection of dried herbs are chosen for superior quality, and many, sage, sweetgrass braids, red willow bark, and cedar, are wild crafted. In Rapid City or online at prairieedge.com. Wopila.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.